And with that, good evening, Bobcat Nation. Welcome back to the return of our Tuesday Bobcat Blitz Sports Update. I almost forgot the name. That's how long it's been. I had to sit there and think about it for a minute. Guys, I'm Sean Kirkpatrick. Today, we're coming to you from the beautiful city of Northport complex here, the Naramar Soccer Complex. One of my favorite places in the city. We'll talk later on about why it's one of my favorite places here. That's right, guys. We are off campus. We'll be off campus for the next 4 or 5 weeks as we start our very popular series where we go to the under 14 programs, the youth programs that are going to feed into Northport High School. We're going to highlight those kids as they start their Bobcat careers here in just a few months. John Wrongs, I know you're watching there. He's going to help us out a little bit here and there. Guys, before we start, I just want to give a couple thank yous out here. You know, we've been gone for a while, and a lot of you know why. Mine was more public. I had a pretty bad loss in my family. John had a loss. He was more private about his. So we had 2 losses at the same time. And just thank you for bearing with us. You didn't leave us. I know we kept posting things here and there, but we were so afraid you'd go and you stay put. And I do want to thank you. Got to give a big shout out, first of all, to my workmates, my boss, Donna, my boss, Cheryl, the 2 managers who took my entire patient load while I was gone. I want to give a shout out to Brandy and Grace. Not only did they take my patient load, but our patient load ended up being the highest we've ever been. So they had to do all that extra work. All the office ladies, Teresa, Amy, Andrea, Christy, and Christine, thank you so much. All my coworkers, they chipped in, and coach, they got me gas money and food money and all that. It was just a really nice thing. Such a big thank you. Teddy D's was the first group, Northport Youth Basketball. They came in and gave me some money as well. Elevate Foundation. Not only are they one of our best athletic sponsors, they helped me out too. So just a lot of thank yous out there. It's good to be back. It's a little tough, but I'm going to see how I do today. So having said that, we're going to start off with my first guest here. And I like to start at Naramar, and no disrespect to the other youth leagues, but this really is the flagship youth program here in Northport. It's North City of Northport. They have the numbers. They have the all year long numbers. They have the accolades. They've got a team winning state almost every year coming out here at least. They've got awards for being one of the best youth programs in the state. So it's just a lot of great things. So all you youth leagues out there who are smaller and trying to build, you might want to come by and talk to my next guest here. Coach, let's bring you on in here, sir. Come on in. Coach, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Always a fan of our show. Always a friend of our show. Coach Sirgy, before we begin, did you watch the game today? Did you watch Champions League?
I try not to watch because I cannot finish to watch. So
okay. I won't say a word. I won't say a word. Those you don't know is a really awesome.
Unfortunately, I know the score.
Oh, you know the score. Okay. Well, I snuck it on my phone during work the whole time I was able to watch it.
No.
Tomorrow, of course, the big one. Everybody's looking for tomorrow. The PSG.
Yeah,
Bayern
going to be
Munich,
much more interesting game. But the same
tryouts
here.
So, you know, Coach, I'm older than you, and I'm from that generation where 2-1, 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty normal back then. It was defense. It wasn't as technical and artistic as it is now. So I'm used to games like that.
You need to take into account the semifinal.
Yeah, that's good defense, good audio. So anyhow,
you know.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, it's called Champions League. Go look at it tomorrow. Now you're going to see a much more explosive game.
Tomorrow is going to be much.
It's going to be up and down, going crazy. Coach Sirgy, do me a favor. A lot of new members since we last saw you here a year ago. Go ahead and introduce who you are. A little brief history of how you got to Northport and what awesome things going on today. And we'll talk about Saturday after that. I want to bring up the Saturday part.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Coach.
Hi.
Take it away.
I'm Sirgy, and I'm Director of Coaching at Northport Fusion. And I'm serving for this community already for 4 years as a DUC.
4 years?
Yes, as a DUC. I'm 4 years here and lead the program boys and girls. Today was Tuesday. It's our boys tryout. Yesterday was Monday, girls tryout, and tomorrow we're gonna repeat girls and Thursday.
So what tryouts are this? Is this the summer league that you're gonna have, summer season?
No, it's the next season.
Spring
it's full year. No, it's full year season.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so now in May we're doing tryout, which is the season starts in July and finish next April.
Okay.
So it's all year round the tryout for Northport Fusion.
All right, so let's unpack a little bit, guys. If you don't know better. And I wish the other leagues could do this, but the design of the sport here allows the fact that you have not only the amazing competitive division, you also have a recreational league where kids can still have fun. They can still learn the basics of the game. They can still learn the rules and the appreciation of it. So a lot of sports don't get that option. They have to go straight to a competitive division only. So
no, we have a really big, is over around 800 kids who's in a recreational division.
Wow.
And I would say the people who's not going to make a team, they're going to go back to rec.
Yep.
So we're gonna
How
find
big
a
is your
space.
competitive division, numbers wise? If you have
Uh,
800 rec, how big is your competitive?
Comparative total, I would say it's under 300, maybe
So you have over,
250.
wait, time out, you have over 1,000 at least
Yeah, more than
athletes.
yeah, around 1,200 kids total.
1,200, good
Mhm.
Lord.
Yeah,
I
because
knew you were big. Oh my
no,
God.
we have the biggest number now. It's around 400 registration for competitive, and of course, not
Oh
everyone
my
make
God.
it. So that's why I'm
No, that's all right.
carefully
I
saying
understand. I understand. I
250
understand.
kids gonna make it
What's your
here.
smallest age group? What's the youngest you go down to on either league, either division?
We start with Future Stars, which is
Okay.
Future Stars is our under 8 division.
Gotcha.
It's not true competitive, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
a medium between the recreational and competitive, because unfortunately clubs around don't have U8 division. So
Right.
we are one of the a few clubs in area from Naples to Tampa who has U8 division.
We got to work on that. Didn't Messi start at 6?
I mean,
Those kids start at 5, don't they?
yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
start at
toddlers.
two.
They're yeah,
At two.
probably 2 like Mozart. Yeah, 2 years old.
Yeah.
So,
They start working, they start playing. That's
oh
it.
my goodness. So, coach, 4 years here. Are you the brain or the brawn of this? Or are you both of this operation?
Well,
Are you the muscles or the brain of the
I
operation? It's
mean,
an old English saying.
no,
Muscles,
no.
brain.
Brain is usually it's the board, and like I really appreciate the board we have,
Good.
and it's the people who work for the community, who are part of the community. They volunteering from community, and trying to do the best on the field
Yeah.
and out of the field.
So they're trying out here. Long season. Every time I look at you guys, you're winning something. You got a team going to this regional and
Yeah.
team going to this state and team
Yeah.
getting district. Didn't you guys get an award not too long ago where you were the best small program or medium program in the state at one time?
I would not call us small program anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. But at the time, I think
And
it was.
I'm trying not to call us even medium program. So we're trying to grow, and it's not like the words just grow, because every year
Mhm.
we are playing in the state tournaments and national tournaments. So
Yeah.
this season, my U15 boys and U15 girls, we were in the Florida playoff for playing in the final
That's awesome.
national competition in Colorado.
Wow.
So my boys lost in semifinal to Miami teams. Really unfortunate game 3-2.
Yeah.
And girls beat another Sarasota team, DME, at semifinal.
Wow.
And they lost final to another Miami team. It's just
So you're telling
huge
the
club.
top 4 teams in the nationals were coming out of this part of Florida and below. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's the 4 winners of the regionals in Florida.
Yeah.
We were winning boys and girls.
And that's amazing. We all know Florida's a soccer state.
Mhm.
We all know this.
Mhm.
It's a town that's gotten so much better. You got every culture in the world's coming in. We got enough American citizens, immigrant, you name it. Even when I was a kid growing up, there was a lot of the immigrant kids coming in. Now we finally got everybody wanting to play. And I mean, look at this field. You need a second complex.
We have actually a second complex.
Oh, what
but
is
we
this?
need third complex. We have Butler Park.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
we shared it with the football, and
That's right.
and it's not enough, because
No.
basically this is primary recreational park,
Mhm.
and so I can't place the
Are you able to play competitive on the big field or not? You meet size requirements?
yeah, of course.
Conditions?
We need big fields, of
Yeah.
course. There's most of the teams playing. There's
Yeah.
now this try now the little ones who's playing 99, 77, but later today at 7:30 it's gonna be try out for a big group for U13 and up.
Yeah.
They all play in the field,
Oh.
and it's not enough space. Even 2 parts, not enough.
And John's a realtor, and we talked off camera. He's like, "It's coming." I'm like, "I don't know, man. It needs to get here now.
Yeah,
It needs to get here now."
Yeah, this kids is now looking.
We got 1,000 kids playing soccer, and it's the sport of the future for this country. I know it's been around a lot longer in other countries, and I'm not sure where you're from. It was number 1 sport, number 2 sport, but here
number 1.
It's getting there in America. It's getting there. The World Cup's got some excitement. I can't afford the tickets. You guys got tickets or not?
I'm not gonna do it on purpose, because the reason of the World Cup is that everyone should afford it.
And
if you work in McDonald's, or if you CEO McDonald's, the both you need to afford the tickets. So what they did with the tickets, it's insane.
I don't have $350 to see a game. Let's get out of the way here, Coach.
No, we're fine. We're gonna move. They're gonna move.
You sure?
Boys, can you move on the side,
I'll
please?
get a little shot of our future Bobcats there. All right.
Yeah.
So let's keep going here. Coming up Saturday, I want to come here for a second reason. Saturday, you got a really big event at City Hall area, City Green. Is that correct? Yeah. What's going on Saturday?
So on Saturday, we are doing the 5K. The run
Yeah.
is the also volunteering coaches from our program. They want to bring attention to our club.
Good.
Bring more community, bring sponsors. This is also we need because who run the program is the coaches, and coaches needs to be paid, like actually paid to be the coach.
Yeah.
And that's the education. And so we do 5K, and it's event. Honestly, I wasn't involved too much because I'm
Smart man. Get out of that.
No. The reason I want to be guest.
Yeah.
I want to see it from the side.
There you go.
I bought my ticket for run.
Good. I had it too.
Yes.
I'll be in the back, barely making it.
I'm gonna run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come and see. So I want to be part of the community and see what the
You can have like a mustache and a
oh,
fake glass with a hat on.
no. I'm not gonna cover myself, but I want
You got a
to
cape. You run with a cape.
Yeah. I want to see. I want to
Yeah.
see. I want to be like as a citizen of Sarasota County. Come and
Now this
And
fundraiser, now a couple years ago, I remember they had one here in this complex area. Oh, we're talking about 5-8 years ago. Have you had one lately? Or is this your first one back on the fundraiser, the 5K fun run?
It's not like fundraiser. It's a more kind of like community event.
Oh, good.
We
Good.
want to invite the people and share the idea, share what we're doing, and explain what we're doing. Kind of like put the name out there.
So that usually means afterwards there's like some kind of vendors, or if it's an event, are they gonna have like? I'm hearing there's stuff like that.
Yeah. So they sort of said the guys who work on this event, they are bring some vendors.
Good.
They're gonna be. I feel it's gonna be a good event.
So fans, if you're interested, it's not just a run. You can walk it, and I'm guessing it's family friendly. So you can bring the carriages and the kid carriages. I don't know about dogs on leashes, but we do the 5K for the City Hall's firemen in September. So I know that course very well. It's a really nice place. You got the lawn there's gorgeous, and what else you could do is if you're curious about joining Northport's youth run, you can come down and see some of the coaches. You actually talk to them. I'm sure they love to explain their programs, what's available.
Actually, programs, because we were talking about recreational program and competitive program, but we created new program which is called Union SC.
All right, this is new for me. What we got here? I wonder what this yellow shirt was.
So the Union SC is the program, is the project which we made. We cooperated with Charlotte County Soccer Federation.
Okay.
Another club is our neighbors club, and we are combining the best players from our program, the best of the best, the best of the best players from their program, and we create elite youth soccer club, which is gonna compete in the highest possible, the national competition.
Wow, look at that!
Yeah,
you got an all-star team.
Yep. So it's all-star team. We build it on purpose, kind of like to give the opportunity for the kids to stay local, be at home, practice, spend time to practice in, not to be in the cars and travel to wherever, Sarasota, Lakewood Range, or Fort Myers. Stay local and play in the same competitions.
Excellent. Love it. How long did that take you to figure out you needed to go? That's probably been working the last couple of years to get out that idea?
We started last year heavily, and we made tryout last Saturday and Sunday.
Excellent.
So we made it, form the teams now, and we're
Are you going to play in the high school fields, or?
No, we're going to play either because we need 3 fields run at the same time.
Okay, gotcha.
So we need fields. That's why I'm saying this is not enough complex. So we're going to share Charlotte fields, and we're going to share Northport fields.
Gotcha.
Because it's not for Charlotte, it's not Northport, it's the
the Harbor team. We'll call it the Harbor team. The Harbor Classics.
We're going to call it Union.
So
Union.
You got little 4 things on there. Does each thing mean something? The little pedals there? Or
yes, because we have 4 local clubs. We would like to have
I like that
on the board as well, because it's not combination of the club, it's the project which each club can send the best players.
I almost forgot, you have a level even higher than this. You have the women's
league,
the women's league in the summertime.
We're not playing we're not playing this summer, unfortunately. And the reason is we were ready to go. We were full ready. Coaches were set, board was on. The problem was with the league. It was not enough teams in Florida, unfortunately. I don't know why it's happened. So they proposed only 3 teams, and of course, we can't play
3 teams. That was at least 10 when I saw it last.
Yep. It was 9 teams last season, and it's down to 3 teams. So the team from Miami not playing, team from Jacksonville not playing.
Well, it was fun while it lasted. For me, at least, I enjoyed announcing it. That was
exactly
fun,
because team from Northport playing.
Yeah, I know.
And team from Orlando.
You had high school kids of ours on that team. So I do want to pivot a little bit because a lot of the reason why we do the show is we like to highlight the Bobcat players that have come out of these programs. You have a U14 or U15 team or both? How's that work?
No, we have every single age group the team.
Okay, so
we don't.
I have loved. I know later on tonight. I'm going to talk later tonight. So I've told this in the community many years now. The community knows this, how much I love the fact that the fusion and the youth teams and all, the whole youth soccer here, you are a direct pipeline, both girls and boys, JV varsity program.
Yeah.
And we cannot be successful as we have been over the years, both the women's and men's team, without you guys' influence on these kids. Can you speak more about that? Like, what does that mean that you are producing our future Bobcats? So not all, but some of our Bobcat athletes and how good they've been doing these last 10 years or so.
For me, it's super clear. We have an all year round program. And to have an all year round program, we develop players. Because when we start playing practicing in July, we're not going to have a game till middle of August or end of the August. So we have 2 months of the practices without games, right? The same in the Christmas time. So we have time to develop kids. In a high school, season is super short, so many games, coaches don't have time to develop, so they need result. They need to win.
Oh, never thought about that. That's a good point.
That's why here, especially in this age, it's U11, U12 boys, we don't care much about result. We want to win, yes, good to win, but at the same time, if we sign 12 kids and we play in 77, so we need give the time for everyone to play. Yes, taking into account that better to win.
Right.
So all let's say if you're talking about U15 boys team, let's say all my U15 boys who played for my team, I was coaching them this past season. All of them made high school. So I had out of 18 players, 10 was from Northport High School.
Good.
It was freshmen, first year in the high school. They all made team. But also in Northport Fusion, we have another U15 team, the second team.
Okay.
And this is even players from this team is made Northport High School team. So we have U17 boys team. Some of them made the Northport High School, and full U19 team you can count this as the high school, Northport High School, because it's 90%.
So fans, if you don't quite grasp that, it's a very interesting because other sports don't quite have that kind of thing. If you want to play varsity soccer, not just at Northport High, but just about every other high schools around here, you're going to have to be playing, rightfully so, because the game is it's a simple game, but it really isn't simple if you want to do it right. You've got to learn and drill. So you really do have to get the experience at the club level, at the city level teams and all that. I did want to mention something, though. You mentioned earlier now, we are no longer, and we're going to go ahead and say it's time to start bringing this topic up. You are no longer a one high school program.
Exactly.
So I hate to open the door, but I have to because you are now going to have, imagine
high school
and Welland Park. You're going to have to service the needs of 3 schools.
I would say you're a little bit wrong because we are that big, so people are travel from Sarasota, from actually city of Sarasota, from Key West. We have kids in our program who lives in Sarasota.
Wow.
Middle school kids, but live in Sarasota.
Oh my goodness.
We have kids from Venice, a lot of kids from Venice playing for our club. And for Union, it was tremendous numbers of Venice kids who made the team.
Wow.
They tried out and made the team. So it's open more than just Welland Park or there's kids from Port Charlotte,
Oh, we gotta stop teaching our secrets, man. You gotta make a fitness only practice.
My point is
that's amazing. It's amazing.
My point is the kids needs to play club. It's like for me it should be mandatory. Because if you're thinking that my kid's not gonna play club but going straight to play high school, it's a little mistake because we develop kids 10 months. 10 months. So and kids one of the reason why 10 players from my team made the high school team right away is just because by this time we played 10 games already. They were fit, they were ready to go, and when they come and try out in the high school and meet the same age, but the kids who didn't do anything for these 3 months, they were like,
and coach, you just mentioned about the fitness. I went to a couple of the boys' games throughout the nighttime. I was watching them. I know I'm getting older, but I feel like these kids are getting faster at the high school level, they're getting faster. The fitness is way better than when I was growing up. I just that does say something. 10 months of being in shape versus
and
not in shape.
And remember that Northport Fusion boys, they most play together. They play in the same team.
Yeah.
They play in the same team, and when they came to high school, they have a chemistry. They have they were in the season. They didn't start preseason because we start preseason in July. Just that doesn't need to go in October and start 2 weeks of preseason because the preseason was in July.
It's you say that. I'd always thought about Champions League. I always thought Champions League is better because those teams, just like your kids, they play together all season long. Whereas a World Cup team, you show up out of nowhere and hope you can figure it out and make it right. So I was like, that's interesting to say that these kids all play together for year after year after year. So they
not even that.
They know the dynamic. They know the code word. Like, I'm going to go left, you go right. They kind of have that inner feeling what's going to happen.
This is important, but also I would say the extremely important stuff is just the fit.
Yeah.
So the most players who try now for high school and not playing club, they come over there and they need to start preseason. Our boys already like in the season.
Right.
So they are on the pipe.
They're behind there. So, well, Coach, you got any last minute words here for us? It's always great to come out here. It's always something special. The older I get, the more special it's to sit on a soccer pitch. I don't get to come out here very often. So I know you're used to it every day you live out here. But for me, it's like. It's a great sport, great game. What would you say to parents who are just not sure about next year coming out here? What would your selling points be to have kids come here versus, say, a Venice or Sarasota division?
First of all, let me say, in general, guys, travel. If as soon as you come to Europe and you just walk in a random city and random park, you'll see kids playing soccer.
Yeah.
Not basketball. I'm sorry.
Not
volleyball.
Yeah.
Not doing gymnastics, but playing soccer everywhere in Europe, every single city, because it's true, like it's sport number one in Europe, and we here. I feel we have a good blended method of the European style because I'm European and an American mix. The coaches plus education plus I do some sort of share my knowledge.
Good.
I got my recently license in Germany last year.
I forgot about that. You're now at a high level.
Yeah, so
you can go coach a World Cup team now, man. If we're not careful, we'll lose you to World Cup.
No, technically, yes. I am eligible now to coach any team in the world.
Oh my God!
But it's good.
Premier League TV, before I know it, man.
Because I never leave Northport for.
But Premier League, I think Premier League calls you're gonna go.
No. Loyal is number one.
Look,
and it's important because like when we stay in America, we kind of like involve, but like it's important to open and see what's the best of the best doing, how they thinking, how they are developed kids, what their style. Because like, can you imagine we have 1,000 kids, but every single club in Europe have 1,000 kids,
right?
And why we are better? Just I don't know. There's no secret. There's no secret. It's just like we're honest, we're straight, we are open.
You're just good people. It's okay to say you're good people.
Yeah, we're good people.
I know, Coach. I know you guys.
We're true.
I'm going to add on your story. So I used to travel a lot in the tropics and all, and I'd always bring my goalie gloves. I'd bring my cleats. No matter how crummy a village or town, I break out the goalie gloves. They're like, get in goal, and I played. Anywhere I went in the tropics, South America. Even at my crummy age group, I can still jump in and play a city team, a city league. It's everywhere. Now in America, same thing. You can go anywhere in America now, pretty much, the big cities.
Right.
You go pick up a pickup game.
Right.
It's a great lifetime sport to have.
We have here adult league. It's pretty big adult league.
Yep.
And like my last, I was in Valencia 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And as I was walking on the street, it's just concrete street, some palm stain, but like it's street.
Yeah.
And the one soccer ball came out and see that.
And all of a sudden,
playing between. The kids playing between trees. From other side, the balls went between trees, so they're just playing on the street, and it's the best. So I love to see kids when I come here on the practice and see the kids just showing up. You drive their bicycles, and see they put the bicycles rack now because they know kids come on the bicycles by themselves and playing soccer.
Coach, where can they find your website?
What?
Where can they find the website for you guys?
Northport Youth Soccer.
NorthportYouthSoccer.com. That's simple. That's easy.
Yeah, Northport Youth Soccer.
And the race, the 5K, coming up on Saturday. Is there a registration on that website? Or?
Registration. Yes, it's on the website in the main page. You can find that registration. simple, really
Not
simple.
too late, guys, to sign up. Again, I'll be there. You can hang out with me in the back. I'm a slow runner. I will finish, but I'm slow.
I'll try to win.
We have a new game. We're gonna try to find Coach Sirgy here with his mustache and his fancy hat and all that. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Can't
much.
wait to see these kids come to Northport and keep the winning streak going. And all right, I'll take the microphone off you, Ken.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach. Again, that's Coach Sirgy. Sirgy, what's your last name?
Aprishko.
Aprishko. There you go. Just like you spell it. All right. All right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. All right. That was Coach Sirgy here of the Northport Youth Soccer. I'm going to get out of the way here because I think they're going to start opening it up a little bit. All right. John, are you there? I'm going to show some action here. We got some warm-ups here.
I am, sir.
Is Coach Rowe on there yet?
He's ready. Rob Rowe is ready.
All right, man.
I'll bring him on stage.
Let me go
Robbie.
farther. Let me go farther back to the shake. I'm going to start getting hit here in a second.
Robbie Rowe.
John, this place is crazy. You hear they have 1,200 students, over 1,000 in this league? They have over 1,000 kids.
That's a crazy number.
Oh, can you imagine? Man. All right, let me fan out a little bit.
All right, Robbie's on. How you doing, buddy?
Bud, how are you?
All right,
good, man.
so fans, we have a second thing we like to do this time of the year. We like to wrap up some season, and we just finished baseball not too long ago. We like to do a nice little season wrap up and a look ahead as well. And I thought the first team I could finally get to was the one I actually announced a little bit for, and that's Bobcat Baseball. Coach Rowe, how you doing today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I can barely hear you, man. Can we get you a little louder?
You can't hear me well?
I can hear you, but not the greatest. That's okay.
Do you want me to put you on speakerphone?
It's up to you. Can you hear? All that matters is can you hear me? Because I think they can hear you on the.
Oh,
I can hear you fine, Robbie. You're doing good.
All right.
I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, Coach Rowe, you are on location yourself. It looks like. You want? Oh, go ahead. First of all, I know everybody knows who you are, but give us an introduction again because we do have new viewers since last time we saw you. What's going on in Northport this year? What are you doing at Northport High School? And we'll get more than the basics of what happened in the season in terms of all the good things we saw coming out of the season.
Yeah. So I took the program back over this year, and I've been at the school for a long time. I think next year will be my 25th year. So just getting back into the baseball, trying to revamp the program, putting in some work to try to lay a foundation for where we're going from here. But that's what this year was all about, and made a lot of strides to doing what we were trying to get accomplished this year.
All right, so Coach Rowe, let's unpack that a lot. Let's go back in time. When you first accepted the position, you didn't tell everybody just now. You were one of the original, maybe not the starting one, but the original. Didn't you have your baseball years as a coach before? What year were you?
Yes, I came in the summer of 2001. So the summer after the first year, I came in then to take the position, and then I stayed until 2014, and then pivoted into coaching football. And after one of our coaches went a different direction, I was in a place where I needed to coach my boys in their travel experience. So I'm actually out here right now watching one of my boys get after it. So that's where I picked up that, and then this became an opportunity where I had to look at it again. So that's where we're at.
So Coach Rowe, let's keep going unpacking. That makes you one of the, I wouldn't say the original members, but pretty darn close to a founding member of Northport High School's academics, all that. You've been there. You're a teacher there. You got a great reputation with the kids, working with the kids, and all. Your wife worked there at one time. I mean, you are a Northport foundational member there, whether you accept that honor or not. But it's true. It's true. And you came back. You have a son on the team. And let's go from that point right there. You saw where the status of the program was before you took over a second time. And you didn't just complain and go, oh, this sucks. Or you guys went out and did some amazing stuff. What's the first thing you did in terms of the facility renovation? Because that was a major thing you guys pulled off in like months, not even.
Yeah, so we did. I mean, the first thing was just trying to clean everything up, right, and try to be a brand. Change the branding, make it our own. I'm pretty big on trying to make things unique for the kids. So they only get to do this one time, so it's got to be as good as it can be. So that's what we started off with, is trying to get the place looking where it was a nice place to play. So we did that, and we had a lot of help from some alumni and different people in the community that came about and helped us out. So we were able to get some things looking pretty good, and Home Depot jumped up and did some work, and we've been able to expand on that throughout the year. Some of the people at our school, the construction crew at our school, has been able to redo our other dugout, and they did all the benches that we did on the first base dugout. So now we have all that on both sides, but we're kind of in a standstill right now because, you know, we have some stuff going on where this summer we got a lot of construction going on. So that's exciting. We got the next phase of what's going to happen.
Are you allowed to publicly tell us that? Or is that a secret till we're allowed to know that?
No, it's not a secret. That we're gonna be ripping that field up this summer. So
wow, I heard rumors.
yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not.
No, that's true. That's
So
true.
you're getting a turf field like the football field, that kind of material.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
There's been a lot of people that have worked really hard at getting that in place, and it looks like it's gonna be baseball and softball. So we're
Good.
super excited about that. We're just waiting for some final details on that, and we're going from there.
Hey, throw in a little money there for a press box. That would be nice. They can help you out on that this year.
Yeah, we're not really sure about that. There's some other things that come in with that.
Okay.
It's not just that part of it. We've got some stuff going on that's not in the final stages, but just know that it's going to be a completely revamped facility, and super excited about all of that.
I've always wondered this. These the turf infields, we have any clay at all where the bases are? Or is that turf also, like a fake clay?
All turf, all of it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So no more funny bounces off the clay particles.
No more of that. Yeah.
Interesting.
And,
oh my gosh.
And it opens up a lot of doors for you, with the fact that you can deal with the weather a lot better than what you could, and you don't have to spend the time dealing with maintenance and all that. So you can spend more time on doing what you got to do, right, to get better.
Yeah. I went to the Braves stadium game. My stepson and I were there. We stayed for the second game. We were actually watching them, how much work it takes to chalk that thing up, water it down, chalk it up. Like, holy moly, that takes a long. It took like 8 guys to do it. So let's talk about your season, Coach. This is what I like to talk about. I like to wrap the season up for you. Mm-hmm. You had a young team. You only had one senior that I saw, at least.
Yeah.
What did you see out of this group that's got you excited for next year? Because I do want to talk about next year as well. What do they do this year that you hope not only will carry to next year, but even improve upon for next year?
Yeah, so I think this group was pretty resilient with, the ups and downs with what you have with a young team. You're in a game and then you might be up in we were up in a lot of games that we let go from, being a younger squad and trying to figure it out as we went. But very resilient team, come to practice the next day ready to go. Always giving effort, very coachable team. So the foundation of what these guys need to do to be successful, that's in place this year. That's really what we were trying to do, because I knew where we were going to be at, and I knew it was going to be a hard fought year, and they knew that as well. But we competed, and I think that we put our best foot forward. And the foundation of what we needed to do to be successful down the road, that's what we installed: the hard work, the work ethic at practice, doing it right, being coachable, working hard in the weight room, working hard on the field, just doing everything to the best of their ability. And that part was there. So that's what was exciting about the year, is we had a bunch of young guys that, for the most part of that season, this is what you had going on. You had a freshman leading off most of the year, a sophomore in the 2-hole, a freshman in the 3-hole, the only senior in the 4-hole, and a freshman in the 5-hole. That's what was your top 5 all year. And the thing that we know is, because those kids got 80, 90 at bats, they're going to be seasoned sophomores playing like juniors, because some of those kids are going to have more at bats under the belt than some of the juniors have in other programs around here in 2 years. They got that all on their freshman year, and they had to be in there in a competitive environment, and they weren't playing every other day. They were playing every day, good, bad, or indifferent. And we put that in place on purpose, because we want to create from the bottom up. So that's what we're doing. And I was super, super pleased with the effort on those kids and with our returning kids that a lot of those, we only had one kid hitting in that lineup that hit in our lineup last year more than 30 at bats.
Wow.
So yeah. So I'll give you, so we had a banquet last night and here was an interesting topic. We had 771 at bats last year on this team offensively. And there was only 100 of those at bats were by anybody that returned this year outside of Kian, but Kian was injured early on in our season and he didn't hit much and he only pitched 12 innings. So the only returning pitcher with more than 20 innings was out most of the year and out at the plate most of the year. So you only had one returning hitter in that lineup. And then we hit over 700 at bats this year with 600 of those being with kids that have never been on that stage. So a lot of things were done that you would not see on the surface, but I know that they were done and I know what they're going to do for these kids down the road.
Coach Rowe, you got to just saying all those numbers. I never thought about that, honestly. I'm so used to freshman sophomore. You have to be so excited about next year's potential coming off this team with those numbers already coming in to you next year.
Yeah, I see some stuff like Sean, if you look at this, we had a freshman that threw 44 innings, 700 pitches, and that individual, walked 14 guys in like 44 innings.
Wow.
Yeah, and struck out like 47, and then we had another guy that was doing the same type of stuff, and this team actually did better in a lot of categories in the pitching area. And we had the main pitcher on the staff was out most of the year. So we actually were 30 or 40 walks less than what they had last year. Our ERA was right at the same. Hits given up was the same. So there was a lot of good things that they should not have been able to accomplish, and they did. So yeah, very good.
Coach, I'm not a professional baseball. My stepson knows everything about that than I do. But just my own eyeball test from the announcer's table there, there was a difference in this team. I don't know if it's maturity or they got along better, or I don't know, certain elements weren't there anymore. That was negative. I can't speak to that. I won't speak to that. I just know that I was talking to Miss Megan Armstrong next to me, Miss Brooke, McKechnie was there as well, helping me out. There's a different attitude and atmosphere with that team. And I told them, I said, next year, I really want to come back and announce because I'm really looking forward back the next 2 years to see this team grow up and take advantage. But I wanted to pivot though, because that culture right there, because that is a big deal with high school sports, the cultural aspect of a team. Going back to that 100 inning fundraiser, we've got to talk about that. And everybody was there. The JV kids were there, the varsity kids were there. They got to see the alumni, the police, all those teams coming out, having a great time. That event alone really, I thought, set a great tone for this varsity team this year in terms of saying, hey, we are now part of something bigger and better, and what a great tradition we can be part of, when we can come back and be proud of it. Let's go back to that 100 inning fundraiser. What did you think about that? Because I didn't talk to you since then.
It was amazing.
What did you think about
amazing.
That? Yeah.
It was amazing. And I will tell you, because I've been here, it's 25 years in this town. So I can tell you that we've seen a lot, right? So a lot of these guys have their own children now, and they're in their mid-30s, and they all come back. And it was kind of like they were there yesterday. So it's really unique how the experience in high school, shapes these guys for, the successes that they have down the road. And I just saw a lot of guys that were successful and a lot of guys that were happy to be there. And I got to see a lot of their young kids there. And it was really, really special, man. Like for me, that was like what it's all about. I had, Blake Money was out there, right? Blake was my bat boy, and here he is at 24 years old in the Orioles organization. And he's out there banging with our old alumni when he was the bat boy for half those guys. So it was just really full circle moment. And I can't wait till next year because the police department, fire department, Army, Navy, they all had such a good time. And they all talked about immediately that they're coming back. But what is that event going to look like this year? I think it's going to be even, it's going to be big. Like it's
Bounce
just going to keep getting
houses,
bigger.
water slides. We're gonna
Right,
need
all of it.
everything.
Yeah.
Amusement
I just want to.
games, carnival
Yeah,
games.
I'm looking for that thing to be a big community thing, and
Yeah.
baseball's just part of that thing, but it's just going to be a big community event every year where we get to actually bring kids back, but it's also it's there for the community, man. I just
Yeah.
love that everybody came out and supported it.
Well, I love the fact that I could actually handle 5 hours. I think I gave up after 3. I couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
I
pretty
made it longer than I
amazing.
thought.
But that was, I mean, it was so much fun, like
Yeah,
the announcing and the music in between, and I, I mean, it's not easy to put that on. Miss Megan did such a wonderful job with that, but it's not easy to put that event on. But looking at it and how well it was ran, I'm so excited about now because now we got it laid out again. And we've done the 100 inning games before, right? But we never did it like this. So
Yeah.
now we just grow on that.
Yeah, even the mayor came out for a little bit. So yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome.
So again, let's go back to the varsity kids. So they got to see all that. They're the first varsity program in a long time to see that community event come out, and I only hope they help spread the word more to their friends to get more high school kids out next year. And what do you say about this culture of the varsity team? Did you pick up on anything? Say the beginning of the year, middle of the season? Did you see any kind of growth as a team? Did you see any transition, any leader step up that you might have surprised you or you expected?
No, so we like I said, we had the banquet last night, so I pointed out a couple of things which I'll just bring out to this talking about that. This team, there wasn't a time in the year where as a group they had to get brought into, dealt with for whatever way they were not performing or whatnot. This team just did what they were asked to do. And the culture was there because they all respected each other and they respected what we were trying to do. And we did set the foundation of what the expectation was, but we had partners with FCA and different people involved. And the whole thing was a group effort, but the whole culture changed. So when the culture changed, the practice changed. And when the practice was changing, now your effort in the game changes and your respect level for the game. So I didn't have any kids that were acting inappropriately in a game or before and after antics, or we taught the respect of the umpires and respect for fellow teams and coaches. And you got to have that, man. I'm not a believer in what I see a lot of times now, the me culture. That doesn't work in life, so it's not going to work with us. So we got to teach team. We got to teach respect our opponents that we're playing, because those opponents, without them, you don't have the dance, right? So we got to respect who we're playing. And even when we're not respected, you got to still stay with that. So that piece, Sean, was like major. We had words of the day every day at practice. So words of the day would start off with motivational stuff, but also character building. And then, in the classroom, this team did excellent. I mean, I pointed out yesterday, we had a 3.4 overall GPA between varsity and JV combined, 511 A's and B's, 136, 511 A's and B's, 337, 186, and then 36, I believe, C's. So that's what we turned in this year in the first 3 quarters, which is awesome. So it's all got to go together, Sean. It's just, that's what we're trying to do. Everything matters, everything from everything that we do. So trying to set that up and make it a place where kids really like to play and
the word's going to spread, Coach, that you have a program like that. The only thing that could possibly change now is you're going to get better kids coming in, because the goofballs aren't going to want to aren't going to go in there. You're going to get the serious parents, the serious kids once the word spreads. And speaking of parents, you got a great group of parents, but I'm going to tell you something. You need more parents. So parents, if you're watching, you need to come help this program out. You can't have
a lot of, there was a lot of individual efforts by some of our parents this year that were big. Like we had the Spragues help with the turf, and Miss Megan and her husband just really stepped up big all the time. And some of our booster club members really worked hard. Some of the ladies worked really hard at helping Miss Megan pull off all that stuff. So there were helpers, but yes, you have to get a lot of people involved, because it's a big effort. I mean, this year we were allowed to feed our kids. Our kids ate our JV and varsity team had a meal for every game that we played. So we had 27 games in varsity and something like 20 in JV. So 47 games we fed all our kids. every single game, and it was like good stuff. I mean, you had
So,
Chipotle and you had
Coach Rowe,
Bobcat.
yeah, let us know who those people are. Give them a shout out, right? Because I don't think people realize how hard that is to feed 10, 20, 30 people at a time. Yes, you said Chipotle. Who else? Who else helped out?
So we had Chipotle that helped us out. We had Publix help us out. We had Jersey Mike's help us out. Buffalo Wings and Rings helped us out. All of them worked really hard with us, and sometimes it was last minute type of thing. We had Chick-fil-A multiple times during the year. So those corporations within the town really helped us. So
Coach, I would love next year when this happens, let me know. Let's get them let's get their manager there. I can give a shout out on the microphone, assistant manager come out for that game, say, hey, thanks. It's a big deal. It's a big deal to make that happen. So
it's huge. I mean, we were able to hit batting practice and then go in and have a meal every single day before we had a home or away game. So you can't beat that. That's the first time we've ever been able to accomplish that. So that was awesome.
So you got that. I got to talk about your dugout sponsors. I know in my heart, got Plum America on one side, LV Foundation on the other. So and you had a lot more. You had Mr. Schutz, I believe. Schutz was on one.
So Justin and he was huge. He came out and supported us multiple times. He was in our dugout and just showing his support. And we had Logan Hogarth came back and Logan Hogarth sponsored all the cleats for the varsity team. So
I didn't know that, Coach. That's great to hear that. I didn't know that.
So that was huge. That was huge. And then right towards the end, we brought Maxfield out, and he brought his boy out that looks just like him. It's unbelievable. Like the little smile looks just like him. So he comes out, and he got to be in the dugout for us and the whole game. So those were some really special players in our program, and special to me as young men now. I mean, they're doing their thing. They're both highly successful guys, so super proud of them.
And going back to the sponsorship, once a sponsor sees that the product they're investing in, it's an investment, even though it's a donation. Once they see this product is going to go places, I can't not see more want to be part of it. We've historically had problems getting sponsors for our athletics, so I can only see better things coming next year with your sponsors. And speak to us, why is that important? Why do you need sponsors at the high school level? People think it's all paid for by the athletic budget. And we, of course,
no.
What do you guys do with that kind of funding?
I mean, I'll just give you an idea, like just a little. I mean, you have to. I don't even know how much money we spent a lot of money.
Don't do the details. Just generically, what would you use that for to help your program say next year?
So we bought multiple machines this year to revamp that we needed. We bought all new uniforms for our varsity, 3 different sets. We were able to revamp some of our equipment that we use on a daily basis. We bought an electronic system for our videoing of our hitters and pitchers. We bought that system, which was, that's a serious deal in itself. And we were able to use all that money to revamp all of our benches, our dugouts, all that stuff. So we spent quite a bit of money doing all those things, and the sponsorships really kicked all of that off. So
and Coach, you have, unfortunately, you have, in the modern era, you have to have those things because every other school around here has those things. If you want to keep the kids at the same level, that's the stuff you have to pay for.
You do. You have to be on the cutting edge of everything that you need. So if you're going to do it right. So that means that you have to have the support, and a lot of people stepped up big this year for us and helped us out, because we were starting from really ground zero.
You were.
And we're not in ground zero now, right? So we're in a good position to move forward, and now we just build on what we're doing right now.
Well, Coach, just your tone of your voice, the whole interview here, it's very optimistic, very positive, and you've always been optimistic and positive. That's nothing new for you, but again, as a spectator, watch, because I get the fun job. I just go out, say stuff, and go home. You got to do all the night and day work and all that. That's why I think announcing is the best job. You just sit there and hang out. But you've got, like I said, I really can't wait till next year. You forgot to mention one thing sponsors pay for. They paid for me. I gotta thank my own sponsors there.
That's it.
That's it, man. That's the most important part of the money. No, I mean, I'm kidding. I had a great time. I always do it. And I know, Coach Rowe, you might not know this. I never did baseball, ever announcing. I know baseball, but not enough. I thought I could announce it. Matt Mitchell, about 4 years ago, wanted an announcer, and they put on Facebook they didn't have anybody. So I'm like, I'll give it a shot. What's the worst I could do? And here we are, 4 years later. I'm still at it and haven't been kicked out yet. So I'm like, I appreciate that. Family's so good to me. I'm sorry. I didn't have the strength to go last night. I didn't want to be around. I'd start crying in front of people, so I didn't go last night's banquet. But I do. If you can relay the thanks to all the families and friends out there, they've been so nice to me these last couple of years, and it's a shame I had to miss so much of your season. But next year we'll do it right, and I'll make it right.
And I want to tell you that it's not. You can't do this without people helping like yourself and caring about what you do, right? And I said this to my wife last night, without her, it's not even, I can't even come close to doing this. We balance 5 children and multiple businesses, and we have to, it takes her. If I didn't have my wife, there's no possibility that I could have got back in this. So I want to just give a shout out to her on the
there you go.
Of
that's the right way to end an interview. The proper way to end an interview. Sure. Yeah. Well, Coach, let's do one more. Let's do a little fun little thing here. Wrap up here. If someone's out there watching, and we do this every episode because we're at the youth leagues here. And let's say they're 7th or 8th grade. What should they be doing to get in Northport High School baseball, and why should they come play for Northport High School baseball? Because there's a lot of good teams around here. So what are your sales pitch there? To play baseball and to get into Northport baseball.
Right. So that's a great question, Sean. Okay, I would just say this. All these programs around here have great coaches, like you said. I'm good friends with Coach Faulkner. Really close. Really a lot of respect for him and Coach Callan and all the coaches at Sarasota, Riverview. All of these guys. I mean, we've been doing a lot of these guys. Have been banging for a long time, but they all know the game really well. But they're also good men, So my pitch is not that those aren't good places. My pitch is that, I'm putting the trust in what we're doing here. Do I think that there's some unique things that go on here? Yeah, because I don't think that our program is just about one thing. I don't think it's about winning. I don't think that coming here is like everywhere else. I think that you're coming here to become a good person, get good grades, be a respectful individual, turn around and learn the game of baseball, learn how to compete at a high level, learn how to earn what you get. Nothing's ever given to you here at Northport. You got to earn it. So if you walk out of here doing those things, then it sets you up for success. And, I'm been around a long time, so I do know what works and what doesn't work. And, working hard and giving your very best effort on a daily basis. What we live by is doing it the Augie way. And that can't be done all the time without somebody holding you to a standard. And we try to do that. So I'm trying to make good young men. That's what we're trying to do.
And, Coach, I'll let you go on this one statement here. I completely forgot to do this because we didn't have our equipment set up. You have a super fan who has followed you all year long, Mr. Lenny. I know he's watching. Yeah. I promise by the end of the year, I'll get you on. We just didn't know it was going to work tonight. We will get you on. And what is your tie to Mr. Lenny? I know it'd make his night if you told him. What is your tie to Mr. Lenny?
Oh, yeah. So Lenny was involved in our program for his time that he was in high school, and he was our manager during all that time. And we had some super exciting times then because, we were right up in the midst of, playing playoff baseball and had a lot of good players. And Lenny was a big motivator to all of that. And, he came back here and when got back involved, we got to have a long conversation at school. And it's kind of like, he never left, so a lot of heart with Lenny and really, really likes to see the Northport team do well.
And like I said, we'll get it, Lenny. I'm so sorry, but we're not done. It's not our last episode. It's a misprint on thing. We still got a couple more episodes. I will get you on for the 25th year anniversary of the high school. I'll get you on. Coach Rowe, thank you so much. I am looking forward to next year. I'll try to catch you guys for some fall ball if the fields are available. I'm not sure if you're going to be moving or not.
They should be. They should be ready to go. And we'll have some stuff. We're just waiting on a couple of finalized things, but they should be all ready to go in that time period, hopefully. And moving forward.
All right, man. Thanks again. Give my best to everybody involved in baseball. I really had a great season this year.
Is John on right now?
I got a few parting words though, but I don't know. John, you there?
I am here.
All right, brother. Hey, good talking to you, John. And we got to catch up, man. Been a little bit,
It's been a little bit, but I look forward to it, brother.
Yeah. I hope everything's good, man.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. So, John, before I go, believe it or not, there's still spring sports going on. We have 2 final sports going on. You ready for this? Boys weightlifting, Jackson Motherway. I want to thank Mr. Motherway for giving us highlights of his lifts that got him into the States. He's coming up this weekend. And on the track and field side, I am so proud of them. 23 years in a row. Tony Miller gave us the answer to that one, by the way. I asked how many years in a row. 23 years in a row, we've had state-level athletes coming out of track and field. I got to give a shout-out here. I only got the girls, I don't have the guys. Girls, javelin, Gabby Ludi, soccer player. I know her. Discus, Nana Duque. That's Coach Duque's daughter. That's also soccer. Pole vault, we got Jalen Mendenhall and Maisie Smith. And, of course, girls 800-meter, Malia Hambrick. We know that name. I've been hyping that young lady's name since she was a freshman. And I won't jinx her, but if she does well at this final attempt on her senior year, she'll join a very interesting club, and I'll talk about that when that happens. I don't want to jinx her. So good luck, ladies. Good luck, Jackson, on your lifts. So proud of everything you do, and I do want to get anybody who goes to states. You've had an open invitation to be on our show. I'd love to have some of you on our show, because to get to states, John, I never got to states. I don't know if you did, but I never got to states. So good luck to y'all. All right, guys.
I did not, but my son Michael did.
Oh, well, yeah. See, yeah. So, well, John, thank you so much for having me back on this week. We will continue our series of highlighting our youth programs that feed into Northport High next week. I'll let you know as soon as I can on what sport that is. Thank you all very much for being here tonight on Bobcat Blitz Sports Update. Have a lovely evening. See you next Tuesday. Take care.
See y'all. Bye.